you to Professor Atik for giving me this opportunity to deliver this session. Thank you to the organizers of the UGC MMTTC Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University, Maharashtra. Thank you so much. So we'll be starting off with the second sub-theme of the academic leadership, governance and management. This particular topic consists of three sub-themes, that is academic leadership, the institutional development plan, and the management and governance. So I'll be dealing with the institutional development plan. So academic leadership, governance, and management is the leadership is critical for an institute to deliver on its mandate, and the leadership drives key initiatives and mechanisms for performance excellence of any institute. So it all depends upon the leader, how he can create conditions to either make or break the institute. So if the conditions are good and if there's a good teamwork with everyone, there would be a good decision taken and that would make the institute. One wrong decision taken by the leader and its whole team would break that institute. So one has to decide very carefully how it should be done, and along with its teammates, along with a good decision taken, we would go ahead in the positive direction. So one should exhibit good leadership skills, and it's good to gain training and enhance one's capacity too. Governance and management is also related to administrative changes as well as the whole institutional development. Hence, equipping with the development and the leadership with the right attitude, skills, knowledge becomes pertinent. So in the interview with the Hindu, the UGC's chairperson, the former chairperson, Professor Jagdish Kumar, highlighted the following guidelines. It outlines the long-term vision, mission, and the objectives and strategies and action as well required to achieve these goals. Now, this was done exactly on the 31st of July 2023. That was when it had come in. So, by adopting this IDP, higher education institutes can achieve effective functioning, growth, and sustainability since it provides a roadmap for success, improves resource management, and fosters a culture of accountability and continuous improvement. So over here, the UGCs had instituted a guideline for higher education institutes and its dynamic IDP also for students and faculty. So it becomes a more direct way of the rapid NEP 2020 implementation across the higher education institutes in the country to boost the productivity and also for the innovation in teaching and learning practices. So it moves towards a higher education foray. So what are the new IDP guidelines? What did they propose? So we have this roadmap for planning the vision, mission, and the goals of an institute in alignment with the NEP 2020. It will also guide the governing bodies of an institute to devise the immediate goals. So whatever goals you require to do immediately, like right now, in the next 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, that is what we are devising an immediate goal, as well as it envisions next year's goals. When we say next year, doesn't mean 2026. We are looking at the next years, in the next 5-10 years, what are we envisioning, what our goals should be, what our vision should be, and how our mission and how we should take it go forward. A guide for the key work areas for the workforce of the HEI on a short-term, mid-term, or long-term basis also. So when we say short-term basis, we are looking at something like 2 to 3 years, at the most 4 years or so. Mid-term would be 5 to 7 to 8 years. And long-term would be like 15 to 20 years. So that is what we are looking on, how the workforce should be in the higher education system. The IDP is at its fulcrum of achievement of the success parameters for the institute. So what are the new IDP guidelines proposed? So we have the physical restructuring of campuses. So over here we have, according to this particular draft, the layout of the campuses should be updated through the infrastructure improvement in a way that it should promote the effective communication between the academic, between the research, outreach, cultural programs, operational activities too. Emphasis also should lie in creating spaces for artistic expression, originality, and also physical activity. So in this, we can also have not only focusing on academics and research only, but we can also look at sports, artistic, creativity, music. We can look at other things also. So it's not only about academics and research only. So additionally, there's also a focus on healthcare facilities, including well-being centers, and also on psychological counseling services also. So it's also about your well-being physically and mentally too. Next is a shift to the digital methods. The draft also claims that the digitization has many benefits, including improving learning experiences, increasing the morale, increasing the communication way, how the communication skills take place, increasing transparency, competitive advantages also, and a quick decision making. So the UGC advises higher education institutes to have a roadmap to embrace these ICT and virtual technologies too for the learning process and to move towards digital. So digital methods, we would have them next, digital universities too. Next is the seeking external fundings. So here it is also to identify and prioritize your funding source. We need to have the revenue, how exactly we can go forward in the finance way too. So we would get this with government grants, writing projects, getting the major project research, getting grants in that way, contacting your alumni, and then getting donations from your alumni too, or even having a partnership with a private sector or having an industry. When you send your students for internship to industries, you have a partnership with the industry, what exactly they would want. So you would have some kind of revenue coming in, some kind of funding sources coming in too. You could also have something like tuition fees or even sponsored research initiatives or government grants or even a partnership project, endowments or philanthropic contributions. Or even if you patent something, you could get royalties coming in that way. So this would be dealing with the seeking at external funding. Okay. Last one is your realignment of the existing curriculum. The guidelines also plan to implement and use and match national frameworks like the National Education Policy, the National Credit Framework, the National Higher Education Qualification Framework, the National Skill Qualification Framework. And also this, they deal with training, capacity dealing, faculty development, so that you can always learn something new. You can refresh what you have done. So you can do an upskilling on what you have already known. You can do a reskilling on what you already know. And you can just have a normal skilling of something new. Okay, so overall, the IDP, that's an Institutional Development Plan by the UGC, marks a significant step towards the transformation of higher education institutes, and it provides a roadmap for success, promoting resource management and fostering an accountability and continuous improvements. So then this will pave the way for the effective functioning and sustainability in higher education sector. So now we come into vision and mission. So vision can be a long-term aspiration, something that you see right ahead in the next 10, 15, 20 years. So a vision statement articulates an institute's long-term goal and the kind of institute it happens or it aspires to be. What do you see yourself in the next 20 years? What do you see your institute in the next 20 years? That is what your vision is. You want to see it high and progressed and successful. Okay, so next thing is your impact and influence. It defines the desired impact the institute wants to have on its students, community, and the broader world. So, how exactly you want your students to progress, where you exactly want to see your students go after passing out from your institute. That is your vision. What exactly? So, some examples I could give you is like to be an internationally acclaimed university, recognized for its teaching, recognized for its research globally. Do we have someone who wanted to say something? Rashmi? Okay. The next would be like another example, to be nationally known or internationally known institute that makes a difference. Now, how you make the difference is known as the mission. That will show you the roadmap of how to do it. But what you want to do is your vision. Okay. To be a supportive environment for your students to have academic research with integrity. Okay. Or with sincerity. So you have to have in values also added over here. So you don't have to have just how you want your institute to be well known just by doing some underhand thing, but you want to do it morally. So you have it with values that you will do it properly. Next one is a mission. So we have the specific actions and strategies. The mission statement outlines the core activities and the strategies the institute will employ to achieve the vision. Okay. Also, you have the vision will be achieved. It explains how the institute will fulfill its vision and what it will do to achieve its goals. So, how exactly it will do it, how exactly you will overcome all the difficulties and reach your vision, the way to reach it, the landmarks you have to cross, the way, the pathway or the roadmap to reach it is your mission. So, some examples I could give you is like to impart high quality education and research experience to students. So, you want your institute to be the best, but how you will do it? By providing high quality education. Okay. Or you could have something like to offer internationally and national opportunities to create global citizens. So you will not do it by just staying in your own institute, but you will do some kind of research, some exchange programs, some scholarships. You will do something so that you are internationally recognized. Or you could have another example, to achieve a year round to was to strive year round to provide opportunities to students who belong to diverse strata through well organized programs to realize their true potential. So you will bring out the best of each student individually so that as a whole, your whole institute grows to become successful. Okay, so that is your mission. Up to here, is it clear? Participants who are actually who have joined this meeting can respond. I know the ones who are on YouTube cannot respond, but those who are in the meeting, you can respond and tell me, is it clear so far?
Participants, please be responsive, because without your without your interaction, it is not possible to conduct such kind of sessions in the long duration. So I will request all the participants, please be interactive.
Okay, I'm going ahead in any case. So we have the key elements of a good IDP, the vision and mission. It has to be clear and concise. Clear, you have to use simple language. When you use simple language, everyone knows exactly what you want to do. And concise, it has to be short. Just in one sentence or two sentences, you have to try to convey to the public, to the world, what exactly you want to achieve. So, clear and concise has to be easy to understand, and also it should be memorable. Everyone should remember, yes, this is what exactly this institute wanted to have. So, we will join that institute. Okay. Next, it has to be ambitious and inspiring. It has to bring out some motivation among all the stakeholders so that they will achieve the goals. So, you have to be ambitious but not over ambitious. You have to try to reach the star which is within your reach. Okay, not some star which is like far away, which is not within the reach. For that, we are saying it has to be achievable or measurable. You cannot be unrealistic. It has to be realistic. It has to be real. It has to be attainable. You have to be able to reach what your goal is. Okay. So for this, you have to also be able to track how much your progress is. So it has to be measurable. And there are different ways of how you can track it. Okay. So in percentage way, in how much quantity is over. So that is measurable. Okay. Last one is aligned with your institutional goals. So you have particular goals that your institute has, good moral values, and it has to reflect what you want. So it has to reflect those core values that you have with you and all the principles of the institute. Okay. So we have the principles of supporting higher education in academics, enabling integration with the credit framework with the NEP 2020, how you can comprehensive your academic and your research and your financial accountability, how you can promote learner-centric, how you can promote a multidisciplinary education. These are the different principles that you can have. Okay. So the institution development plan under 2020, you have something like this. This is what we want to achieve in the next 10-15 years. This is what we want our institutes to become. A multidisciplinary institute having different disciplines, having it available to all the students with all the different combinations possible. Whatever the student would wish to take up, they would take up. And having a multidisciplinary institute would then attract more and more students. More and more students would say, yes, I prefer that combination. I prefer this particular subject and I want to join this particular higher education institute. So this is our aim, to create multidisciplinary institutes with all the facilities available on campus and try to get as many students as we can to our particular institute. Okay, so these are the different ones. We have to transform our higher education institute into large multidisciplinary universities, colleges, higher education clusters, knowledge hubs, which would have 3,000 or more students on campus also. Just a minute. So this would break down the harmful silos that we have right now. It would also enable students to become well-rounders across all disciplines, not just the normal commerce, science, arts, vocational, but also have like creativity, artistic way. You could have like art, music, drama, dance, different ways of extracurricular activities, sports. You could have different kind of analytical subjects also present. So this would build up their all-rounders across the discipline through cross-disciplinary research. Also, you could have both material and human across the higher education system. Next, we are moving to large multidisciplinary universities and higher education clusters, and it is thus the highest recommendation of the policy of the structure and the higher education. So this is what we used to have in ancient India, in the Takshashila or in the Vikramshila before. Thousands and thousands of students used to come to the Takshashila and used to study multidisciplinary subjects in the environment. And therefore, it was a success of the research and the teaching that the universities could bring. India needs to get back to what we had before and create well-rounded students and transform them educationally and economically too. So we have this particular vision which will require which will constitute a higher education that could be either a university or a college. And therefore, we have what is known as research intensive universities or teaching intensive universities. Now, when we say research intensive, does not mean only research is taking place. It means there is more of research taking place and less of teaching taking place. So that's a research institute intensive university. When we say teaching intensive university, there is more of teaching taking place and less of research taking place. Besides that, you can also have an autonomous degree granting college, which will refer to a large multidisciplinary institute of higher learning, which will have undergraduate degrees and also focus on the undergraduate teaching, and will not be restricted to only that, but it could also form a typically smaller university. So a stage-wise mechanism for granting the graded autonomy to the colleges through a transparent system also would be established. So the colleges would be encouraged to be mentored and checked out with all the benchmarks are done. And over a period of time, it could also decide if it wants. It could also turn and evolve into a research intensive university, or it could become a teaching intensive university. Or it could also remain it's by itself autonomous colleges. So it's not always these three broad type of institutes that are over here, you can also have the freedom to move from one category to the other, depending on your plan of action or on the effectiveness of what is happening presently. So it depends on the focus of the goals and the work. In addition to the teaching and the research, we also have to do the contribution to various fields of practice, faculty development, so that you can become better in what you are doing and you can give forward to your students also. So by 2040, all the higher education institutes are trying to become multidisciplinary institutes. So before that, the plan is by 2030 to become at least multidisciplinary institutes, and by 2040, you become multidisciplinary institutes having a large number of students. So in the next 5 years, everyone is aiming to become a multidisciplinary institute having a large number of disciplines available for the students, which will attract the students. And in another 10 years from then, there would be a large number of students having more than 3,000. There are many who have already crossed 3,000, but the aim is to get more and more students. Okay, so also we have the aim to increase the gross enrollment ratio in higher education institutes, including the vocational education, from 26.3, which was in 2018, to 50% by 2035. So while a new number of institutes are developing and attaining these goals, we have a large number of capacity creation, which will also improve the higher education institutes. So growth will be both in the public and in the private institutes, with a strong emphasis on the large number of outstanding public institutes having a fair number of transparent system for determining the increased level of public funding support for public higher education system. So this will be an equitable opportunity for everyone to grow and develop, and it will be based on a transparent pre-announced criteria which will have the accreditation system. So for this, we'll be starting the open learning, distance learning and online programs to enhance and offer the improve access and increase the GR for lifelong learning. So we always want everyone to have this yearning for learning, and in order to do that, there are many platforms online where you can learn new and new courses, and therefore you will become better at what you are. And also, not only in your own discipline, but across disciplines, you also can become better. So this lifelong learning should be there as a passion within everybody. And institutes also will have the options of running it, wherein the faculty also have an option of taking up and having this open distance learning too. What we have right now, the single stream higher education systems, we have, yes, I'm only from commerce, so I am from the arts, so I am from the science. That will be phased out over time, because you will be having a vibrant multidisciplinary institute having many different disciplines. You can opt from many different disciplines across the subjects, and therefore you have high quality multidisciplinary and cross disciplinary research and teaching. So not necessary that you have to do your research in your particular area. You can always combine one into the other and then make a joint project of what you think. You can use some elements from different subjects that you have learned, and then make up a good multidisciplinary or interdisciplinary subject research done. All colleges currently affiliated to a university shall attain the required benchmark and prescribe accreditation and eventually become autonomous degree colleges. So whatever is required for the existing college who are affiliated to the university, they have to get the minimum requirements, whatever is required, so that they can stand by themselves and become autonomous. So that I can become autonomous degree colleges, or they can evolve into a teaching intensive or a research intensive university. But they will not be this affiliating word will be also out. It will go phased out in time. Higher education sectors will be an integrated part of the higher education system, including the professional and the vocational educations too. something that we have heard over all this time, deemed to be university, affiliating technical university, unitary university, all that will be replaced by the word only university. Okay. Now, we have some foundation pillars of the NEP 2020 in the case of education. Can anybody unmute themselves and mention at least one of them, or one by one you can mention all of them? I hope I'm audible to the participants.
Can you listen to me, ma'am?
Yes, I can hear you.
Is it equity,
Yes.
accountability, affordability, access and quality?
Yes, it is. Thank you so much for replying. We have the 5 pillars already mentioned by one of our participants. So we have the first one, the accessibility. Accessibility, education has to be accessed. It should be available for all the students, not just education by itself, but high quality education should be available. It should be easily accessible by the students to have education from a smaller age to the higher education. Next we have is the equity. Now, when we say equity, we don't mean equality. It means equity in the case that it's about fairness. You have to be fair among all the students. You have to see that everyone gets the same opportunity to education. When we say equality means sameness, means you have giving everybody the same thing and not promoting fairness and justice with it, but you have to give everyone equal opportunity. Okay, so we have the next one is quality. So in the case of quality, you have to have good quality education given to the students. You have to have good infrastructure, good facilities. You have to have good mentoring with the students. So quality should be there. Next you have is affordability. Education should be affordable. It should be available to all the students for a low cost or free of cost. So it should be affordable by all the types of students that you have with you. So it should be a world-class education made affordable for the students. And finally, you have accountability. It should be accountable to all the stakeholders which are involved in this particular education system. So we have the 5 pillars of NEP 20, that is accessibility, equity, quality, affordability, and accountability. So we have the strategic blueprint to align the higher education institutes with the NEP 2020 goals. It focuses on the governance, on the quality, on the innovation, on inclusivity. So it also emphasizes on the autonomy and the accountability and flexibility too. So as we have seen, right now we have central universities, state universities, deemed universities, private universities, and of course, autonomous colleges. This will be out and phased into research intensive and the teaching intensive universities, along with other professional higher quality institutes which include the law, medicine, and management. We have the academic council as the organizational design of the higher education system, which deals with the curriculum and the assessments. We have the board of governors who deal with the strategic vision and the funding. So all the funding would be there with the board of governors and the vision also. All these I'll be coming to in detail in the next few slides. And student development as well as the research and innovative council. So we have some of the related national bodies. We have the UGC, that's the University Grants Commission, who does the funding, the coordination, the standards, and the quality of education. We have the AICTE, that's the All India Council for Technical Education, which deals with the technical education regulation. The other national bodies that we have are the NCTE, who deals with teaching education, the ICAR, which is the agriculture education, the MCI, the NMC, which is the medical education, and the PCI, which is pharmacy education. State level institutions that we have, or the interrelationships between them, we have the state level higher education council, the SHECs, the state accreditation bodies, the university syndicate or the senates, and the linkage between the national agencies. Regarding quality framework in higher education, we have the academic standards, the performance and learning outcomes, exactly what you are giving and what will be the outcome. So it focuses more on the outcome-based education, on the learning perspectives, on the competency-based curriculum. So you have to have a good curriculum depending on what is changing presently, what is required in the market, what is required in the industry. Accordingly, you have a competency-based curriculum. It shouldn't be like the student finishes education and then when it gets actually to job searching or working in an industry, the requirements are way high, which is way below what you have actually done, way high and not exactly what you have done, which is way below. So it has to have a competency-based curriculum. Innovation and skill integration, how exactly you can develop a skill and how exactly you can use the particular skill and have a global collaboration too. So the setting agencies, the academic standard setting agencies would be the UGC, the AICTE, the same sectors that you have dealing with the modular curriculum, the credit framework, the technical standards, and also the specific ones for agriculture or the medicine or the pharmacy. We have certain accreditation frameworks would help us decide whether the institute is off the level, above the level, below the level, and how you can give a feedback to the institute and how they can bring up the institute and increase their level so that you would become the best institution. So we have certain ones like the NAC, which is a institutional assessment and it does its grading. We have the NBA, which is a program specific accreditation. We also have the NIRF, which is the National Institutional Ranking Framework, which mostly deals with the teaching, research, outreach, and the perception. And the global rankings also of the QS, the THE, or the Shanghai 2, or the Times also. World-class universities and NEP vision. It should be multidisciplinary, should have research excellence, global collaboration, so that you can globally collaborate with other institutes, not just across the country, but across the world. A flexible curriculum so that you can also shift to one to the other. You can change or you can make it better. You can remove something which is not required, which is outdated, and have a lifelong learning opportunity too. Now, in the case of lifelong learning, we would have continuous skilling. So you go on skilling yourself with new skills. You can also upskill in what you have already done. You can become better at it. You can be more advanced in it. Or you can reskill as in you can do again what you have done. You can refresh what you have done. So you are reskilling of it. For this, we have many online platforms. We have Swayam, we have Coursera, we have NDL, we have a huge number of learning platforms. We have the YouTube, which is available at your fingertips to even go through new programs and learn more new items. Credit transfers and stacking. So for this, you don't need to only learn and then not get any credit for it. So you take up credits for it, get a certificate course done, stack up your credits, use your credits. You can even learn for a year, get a certificate, go back, you can go to work, you can come back again, continue. So you have your academic bank of credits which are there and you can use it for a particular amount of time. Industry partnership for work integrated learning. So over here, you have a partnership with the industry, exactly what they want. You can then accordingly make your particular syllabi for your particular students and have this curriculum built up in partnership with the industry. So it would be more industry based. Okay. So the main objectives and the goals that have to be achieved by this IDP to articulate a clear vision and vision of the institute and align with the NEP 2020 and CRF, SCG, or even the institute's educational research activities and social objectives. So as we mentioned, we should have a clear vision and mission, which we want to do and what we want to achieve, and it should be in line with the NEP 2020. To assess the institutional development needs through wide consultative processes. So you have to know exactly where your institution stands right now, and then where you can take it forward, how much you can take it forward, and how high you need to take it forward. So you have various agencies that help you decide, and then you can have the consultation. To increase the capacity that's your human capacity, material capacity, financial capacity, that is, you need to get more staff or more material, more infrastructure, or more finance through various means to identify the capacity that you have, and organizational gaps. What gaps are there between what you have and what you can do, and how you can achieve this, or how you can fill in the gap to achieve what you want based on the goals and the priorities. So it depends on what you want first, you have to try to get first. So it depends on what the priority is, you can achieve your goal. Otherwise, you have to see that your goal is, if it's time bound, then you have to try to do your time bound goals first. To develop annual activities, capacity building plans, and build capacity and remove the gaps. So you have an annual activity, you have annual meetings to know exactly what plan you need to do and exactly what you need to achieve, what is missing. You have to try to remove those gaps. To establish a transparent system for holistic and inclusive growth and development through the application of relevant tools, digital technology, and for the overall balanced growth. So we are in the 21st century. We are moving towards the next century. We are moving towards a digital technology. We have to see that we are using the skills of the digital technology, and we are training our students also in the same manner. To establish ethos of holistic lifelong learning and operative framework to promote better employability and entrepreneurship by integrating of skilling into higher education. All these points I'll be going into detail in the next few slides. So just a brief. Lifelong learning, again, you do your different skills you want to do, you upskill in what you know, have better employability, have some internships with industry so that your students know exactly what it is like to work in industry, what the industry requires, how they want to make our country a better place, integrating skills into the higher education. So your entrepreneurship is where you want to do your own business, and also you don't have to join with a partnership with the industry. You can even start off with your own startups. Develop an operative framework to promote internationalization of education, international equivalence, or exchange of faculty or students. So in this case, you have some exchange programs. You can send your students out of the country or within the country to another institute, so they can have an exchange. Their students come to your institute and learn what you all are doing here. Your student gets to learn over there what is happening. Maybe for a dissertation, they can go into the or maybe for an internship, they can work in another place for a couple of months or so and then come back. You could also have an exchange of faculty where you have the visiting research professors who are coming over to take up sessions or classes for your students. You can go and also go to another country and give sessions there too. So there's an exchange of information, the exchange of ideas between different countries across the world. To ensure meaningful engagement of all stakeholders in the development and implementation of the IDP. So everyone has to be engaged at all levels in the particular IDP. To quantify the institutional goals using indicators and time-bound targets and implementation plans. So you have to try to achieve what you want to achieve in how much time you want to achieve. So let's say within the next 6 months, you want to do this much work. So that much work has to be done. So it has to be time bound. You have to give yourself some particular level of time so that you know that your institute, your class, your students, your particular school will achieve what they want to achieve within that particular time. You have to have certain targets which are there, and have targets which can be maybe 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. You have implementation plans of how it can be done. You also have a feedback along with your other stakeholders, other teammates, other colleagues, how exactly we should do and what we should do. So have some plans and some action plan so exactly you know how you can achieve it. To undertake periodic reviews and appropriate measures for continuous course corrections and further improvements. Okay, so one, asking for feedback. The feedback can be from your colleagues, the feedback can be from your students, the feedback can be from the public to know exactly where are we going wrong, why are we not getting enough of students, how we can get more number of students for our particular discipline, for our particular combination of the disciplines. So have a periodic review, maybe a monthly review, a half yearly review, or a yearly review, and appropriate measures to correct what was being done and then improve what could be done further. I hope till here it is clear, participants. Because I'm going into the next major components of the IDP. Participants, can you all answer me? I hope it's clear till here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am. Continue.
Okay, so we are coming into the institutional development plan, the IDP framework. We have the major components, the governance enablers, we have the financial enablers and the funding modules, the academic enablers, the research enablers, the human resources, the network enablers, the physical enablers, and finally the digital enablers. So you have 8 different types of enablers that make up the institutional development plan. Okay, so coming to the first one. Yeah, coming to the first one, we have the governance enabler. The first one, we have the board of governance, the Senate and the syndicate. So this has to be a fully functional body. It has to be fully staffed to its maximum capacity, and each one should have its own roles and responsibilities given. So each one is accounted for what they have, what they are doing, and what they can do. Next one is a quality assurance. So it has to have a well-defined process of what exactly they have to deliver, what exactly is the outcome of this. So it has to have quality. Financial autonomy. This is now dealing with self-sustainability, how you can get finance, how you can generate revenue sources. So that has to have financial autonomy. So you have to create maybe a chair for research, have a head who will deal with the finance also. Leadership. In the case of leadership, you have to have effective leadership. You have to have a strategy on how exactly you will manage this whole thing. So have strategic management in it and lay down some objectives that are there. What exactly you want to target, what exactly you want to achieve. So have a leadership. Vision, mission, roadmap. Prepare a vision mission document first of all and have a shared vision. When we have a shared vision, it means that everyone is thinking alike. It's not like I think in this manner and my colleagues think in another manner and the other students think in a third manner. So everyone's thinking in different directions. We want to all think in one direction and reach one particular vision. So that's a shared vision where everyone has the same idea, same thinking process, same thought process, and everyone achieves that particular goal, your final vision. So that is dealing with vision and mission. So you have a shared vision. You have some short-term plan, mid-term plan, or a long-term plan. So 2 to 5 years, 5 to 7 years, 10 to 15 years, a plan document that you have to have, and you can go by this particular plan or change accordingly to what you require. You also have to have HODs which are there or section in charges who will also take up little leaderships and help you out. You don't have to go and do the entire higher education institute. You have individuals who will help out across the different disciplines and also help to check out what multidisciplinary you can make across the disciplines. So you have some heads everywhere who will also take charge of it. There has to be a close monitoring by IT system or a web-based management information system. So that will help you to know exactly what is being done and how exactly it is being done across the whole institute. Risk management analysis. In this case, you have to have at least a yearly meeting to know what are the risks that are taking place, whether it could be legal, it could be financial, it could be a natural disaster, it could be hazards, environmental hazards, it could be safety hazards. So the different risks that could take place, and have an insurance company which would represent and help you discuss to see what are the possible risks and how you can overcome these risks. External advisory boards. So you have advisory boards that make up like maybe your academicians, some industrialists, some government officials, and you have board meetings maybe once a year or twice in a year to see exactly what can you do to betterment your institutes. Have a student feedback. So the feedback of the students is very important so that you know exactly what you're missing and how exactly you can overcome to make your institute better. Okay, so that deals with the governance enablers. Next you have is the financial enabler. So in the case of financial enabler, you have the first one, that is the financial policy. In this case, again, you have to outline the different roles and the responsibilities of the institutional officers that are there. So you have the financial assets, have action plans and budgets. So in this case of budgets, you have to know exactly what's your budget for different types of items that you have. It could be expenses of infrastructure, it could be the salary, it could be doing because of some fees, the tuition fees, the research projects. So you have different budget heads that you could have, and depending on that, you have a separate budget head for recurring, separate budget head for non-recurring.
अरे आएगा कोणी हो?
Yes.
नाही करतोय मी चहाचे देतोय मी नाश्त्याची देऊन.
Okay, I think that was a mistake. So you also need to have the monthly meetings for, and you need to know what's your budget for the next 1 year. Maybe month wise, you can check out what your budget in the first year, and then you can check out year wise what's your budget going to be for the next 5 years. So you can have a 5 yearly budget, a detailed one for the first year, and a year one for the next 2 to 5 years. You can also have capital budgets, where exactly you would use it. Recurring budgets, you can also allocate particular funds and put them in separate accounts. You can have separate accounts for recurring, separate accounts for non-recurring of individual budget heads for different months. And also you could have HODs looking after these particular details of how exactly they are spending or how exactly how much they require for their particular let's say department right now, but there would be an interdisciplinary, so they would also interdisciplinary with another discipline or so. Now the main resource, the sources of revenue, you would have first of all your tuition fees from the students. You also have some government grants that you have, and you also have some patents that you might have done. So you'll have the royalties coming in through those sources. You have some research grant projects that you will have, so the finance will come in. So you have the sources of revenue coming here over here. You can also keep in touch with your alumni, and you have the some donations from the alumni too. Close liaison with the government of India, ministries and the agencies for funding. You have more than 20 different ministries of government of India offering projects and research projects for higher education. And you have different templates for R&D projects. You have the templates also designed for exactly what exactly you require with the different SOPs. The IRG scheme is for the commercial utilization of existing faculties and the facilities that are there. There should be a consultancy with each department. They would be circulated and also be advertised in the newspaper. And also you need the funding from external funding agencies too. The Financial Investment Committee is responsible for making decisions on how you can invest or how you can reinvest your funds, your purchasing, your selling of securities, and also of other university assets that you have. You also need staff to provide these financial, you need to have roles and responsibilities of the finance department. First of all, have a chief financial officer, have a treasurer, a chartered accountant, an auditor, a data entry clerk, an accountant, other clerks that you have. So this is very important department, that is your finance department. So you have to have majorly staffed, you have to have full staffed, and you have to give each one their roles and responsibilities so that they know what they are responsible and how they can achieve their particular goals to reach the vision of the Higher Education Institute. Next one we have is the academic enabler. Courses catering to professional and future requirements. So you have to see that your course is in line with what you want in the future. You have to see that your students have interest in these particular courses. They're not forced to these courses because you want them to do it. So it should come up from within them so that they will enjoy what they are doing. Okay. And it will be a multidisciplinary and it will be relevant to the particular program. Curriculum updated as per industry requirements. So depending on what the industry is, you will design your curriculum so that the student can get better chances of employability. So in curriculum embedded with employability skill, there could be some papers where the student needs to go to the industry and do some internship and then come back. So the curriculum embedded with employability skill. Curriculum embedded with skill enhancement courses. So there could be a particular skill that is good that the student might want to learn. And being in the 21st century, they could learn skills dealing with maybe AI or machine learning or IoT, or even something like communication skills, quick decision taking, the thought process, digital literacy, English writing skills, reading skills, inclusivity and diversity among genders, sensitization. Curriculum embedded with skill enhancement also could be wherever you need to make possibilities of integrating 21st century skills. You could also have something with simulators or even integration with future. Okay. Center for Curriculum and Life Skill has to be also a fully staffed one. Faculty and teaching staff, your faculty and teaching of every discipline which you have, so that you can have different disciplines, have to be there. They have to be fully staffed, and not only fully staffed, they also have to be qualified for the particular post. So we only do not require qualifications, we also require experienced teachers. Okay, so you have to have experienced teachers who are committed to do what your institution wants to do. They have to have the same shared vision as what you want them to have. They also have to do upgradation of knowledge. That is, they have to do the faculty development programs. They have to betterment at what they are doing, have reskilling if required, or upskilling too. Be role models for the students in what exactly is there. And finally, you have the Center for the faculty development. Of course, that's where they will do it. They can do these programs online. They can do the programs offline. Non-teaching staff also not necessarily qualification or experience, but you have to have them having the requisite qualification. That is the basic qualification that is required. It doesn't have to be a high qualification, but whatever basic requirements for the particular post, what is required. Experience, if possible, would be helpful too. Have a teaching plan for exactly what exactly you need to do, how much you can do in the particular time. Learning materials or study books also should be available. Have enough of material available to all students. If not in hard copy, even e-copies would be possible too. Question banks. You have a question bank where you have different types of questions, which are not just A is equal to B, but you have to have the student to think and then answer the questions. So have some question bank so that the student knows exactly how they have to think, how they have to answer also. So what types of questions could be asked, not just black and white that you would have, but a thought process involved in it. Assignments. Have regular assignments so that your student is involved in doing some research, doing some writing, and they are working more and understanding the subjects better. And to have the subject, you have to have the assignments which are time bound. They cannot be assignments which are indefinitely can be submitted, but they have to have time bound. They have to be time bound. Assessments. The assessments now can be either offline or it can be online. It depends on how the assessments are, but the assessment should be done individually without having others knowing about it, and only the students will know the results. It shouldn't be available to everybody. Next you have is value added skill enhancement papers. So in this case again, if you have some value addition to the course, the students would learn and then learn a new skill, and then they would be also morally done. Pedagogy. I hope everyone is understanding and everything is clear till here. Participants?
Yes, madam, please continue.
Yes, thank you.
At the end, you are sharing this PPT, no?
We will come to that.
Yes.
Yes. So I hope you all are taking down notes in any case. So we have the pedagogy, which will be an appropriate mix of both the methods of the traditional methods and also the modern methods. And also the use of technology should be encouraged. This has to be learner-centric, and it should support the overall development of not just academics and research, but also of art, of sports, of music. All should be integrated in the curriculum. So other activities as part of learning, we have different activities that would mold good character or even working skills in the students. It would build an all-rounder development of the student and support students who are also financially weak. For that, you can have a scheme which is known as Earn Value Learn. So over here, the student not only learns, but it also earns some money to learn a particular skill. So you're not actually paying money to learn a course, but you are earning money to learn the course. So while you are skilling yourself with a new skill, you are earning some money too. That would be a less burden on the parents of the students. Also, they don't need to give them pocket money, but they are earning so that they know well how they would spend the money too. Flexibility and multidisciplinary. So this is a thing where you have flexibility of getting in and out of programs, different moving from one discipline to another discipline. So you have the flexibility of moving across the field. You can also have certificates provided after every year of completion. So you have the certificate or a diploma, or finally get a degree or so. You also have the opportunity to develop and utilize research and innovative thinking skills. Okay, so that would be academic for raising the knowledge, raising the skill or the attitude or the experience towards what you are doing. And when you think you are trying to invent something new, so you innovate and you can make something what is existing better. So that would require thinking skills also. International exposure. So for this, you can have some hackathons, you could arrange some international conferences, or you could have some international scholarships where you have exchange programs of students or even faculty. So international exposure is included over here. Okay. Next we have is the quality research, the research and intellectual property enabler. So starting with the first one, we have the quality research. So for quality research, you have to undertake quality research projects. Okay. So for this, you have to have an intake of students who are interested in research. So we're talking about like research intensive universities, which would deal more on research. This research would also be available in the teaching intensive universities where there is less focus on research, but the student is interested in that particular type of research. So you have quality research, so you get a quality project out. When you have quality, you have a good amount of finance also. Research-oriented experienced faculty members. See that your faculty members are research-oriented, especially the ones having research-intensive universities. They have to have a good experience of research. So how they would do the usually research is inclined, how they would have undertake the particular basic research also. API-based faculty compensation. So for whatever you are doing, you have some particular points that you are banking. You have the API scores that you have, and have kind of a competition among the faculty members so that there is a score wherein there will be an award for the highest API winner also after a year or so. So everyone else also tries to build up their API scores, thus building up the API score of the institution, building up the score, building up the research, having more research done, having more papers published, having more books published, having more patents applied for or filed for. Targeted research and collaborative research. It's a good idea to have collaborative research. You can have collaborative research along with another institute in your city, another institute in your state, across states, or across the country or across the world. So you have collaborative research not just in your own field, you also have a collaborative research across different fields. So targeted research and collaborative research would be there. More PhDs and postdoctoral research fellows. So you have to have more PhDs passing out from the institute. See that whoever has completed the necessary basic bachelor's with research or master's has to at least, we start with at least 10% or then 20% or 50%, or then we try to aim for all to continue and do research. Those who have completed research, aim to try to catch them to do postdoctoral research. So the university has to admit and has to make arrangements for more research students to do research. Have the faculty members, in fact, doing their PhDs. So we have many faculties who have not done PhD. I do not know what's the percentage in this group, but see that the faculties have a PhD. So in order for your students to do PhD, you have to do your PhD first. In order for them to do PhD, you can do PhD, you can then start off with 5, or then you will progress to 8 students under your control, and see that you all work in a amicable manner, so that they also enjoy doing their research and they also finish their research on time, so that you can take in more research PhD students. Faculty is encouraged for book publication, research publication, and patents. So encourage your faculty members, encourage your colleagues to write books, to publish more papers, to publish and file patents, so that you can get your revenue coming in. Have conferences, at least 2 conferences per year. So in a university or a higher education institute, you could organize some events such that the faculty members are allowed to publish their papers in the particular conference. Have this as a year-wise event, so that more and more can take part in it, and maybe there's some award done for the best paper award or so. Students' involvements in research. So the students can also be involved in research such that they become your project assistant or a project fellow in your particular research, and they are also given some benefit, as in some marks are given. It is set aside as a part of the curriculum that they have to do research as a part of their studies. Industry and institutional collaboration and consultation. So over here we have the further collaboration taking place, for the more patents taking place, and also the research with the industry's contribution, how they will do and how they will work on quantifying the output. University incubation centers. These are good for those students who have something where they would like some idea, they would like to start up. They are into business and they would like to be entrepreneurs. So incubation centers should be done. There should be university incubation centers to help the students to develop their own companies after they finish learning at the particular institute. In university publications through its own press. So how you have different presses around the world and you want to publish in their particular press, university can also come up with their own press where it encourages your teachers to publish in this press, which is a recognized, maybe a quartile 1 or at the most a quartile 2 way. It would be recognized worldwide. So have it too, so that your teachers can first of all publish here, and then they get that yearning to publish elsewhere too. Have a citation have a citation service, so that you can offer exactly not only to your own teachers, you can also have it to the general public, and they also would also publish in your particular journal or in your publication system. Target patent claim for UG and PG projects in professional subject areas. So you set goals for exactly what you require, and you have them supervise and also prepare and submit patents. You are asking the students to do this particular one. Faculty ranking annual system. So this we've already mentioned in the API. Have the best API awarded. You have a chief technology officer, research monetization. So you have someone who's looking after the research throughout the entire university. So you have the director for the research. So we call them the chief technological officer, who looks after this, who helps you out with all the process of all the filing for patents or any of the procedures, the licensing which is required. Value added skills enhancement papers. So in order to have some value skills, you have value added papers which are there also existing. Other activities as part of learning, you can have other activities, sports activities, creativity activities, artistic activities also, which are added, which can be there in your paper. So it can be used for research, not just only for learning, not only as a teaching subject, but also as a research subject too. Next one you have is the earn value learn. Of course, we've gone through this already, where it has a dual objective of not only learning, but also of earning the money. Flexibility and multidisciplinary. Again, in research also, this would be you are flexible to move and change discipline. You can also have that added into your particular, so you have the flexibility of moving in through all. And multidisciplinary, it can be also too. Opportunities to develop and utilize the research and innovative skills. This could be done by having some exchange programs or having some hackathons among the students. Also by encouraging them to work in maybe groups with their teammates also. Okay. Next we come in is the human resources or the supportive facilitative enabler. So you have the student and learner enabler. This is a holistic admission enabler. It looks after the entire holistic approach of the student and how the learners can be enabled to learn. The student is given the best at the learning institute. The academic success programs are there, where you have different mentorship programs, different tutoring projects. You also have a merit and equity based financial aid for the students. You also have the staff empowerment enabler, which is a competency-based recruitment, which would develop and depend on the professional development of the growth of the staff and the inclusivity of the induction protocols also. Faculty and research enablers, this would be more with the transparent recruitment and the appointment of who exactly has the research skills, has the pedagogical skills, what research can be taken in, what leadership the faculty has or the researcher has, and whether it could be a long term, whether they could do it as a career or so. Cross-functional enablers, this we have the resilience of building the mental health support or the well-being of the community over there. You also have the innovation and the developing of different leaderships. Strategic funding and emotional support enabler. So here you deals with the emotional intelligence of the individual and also with the cultivating of the funding strategies and incubation centers. Pedagogical excellence and initiatives are for promoting teaching excellence through all the fellowship programs. For this, you have to have rich communication. You have to be a good role model. You have to have your vision, which you envision, and you have to see that you manage to work towards it. You have to have the core values. You have to have, most important is trust among all the stakeholders that what you are doing, you are promising, you will deliver. You also have traditional rituals that you have to do. You have goal setting in each student. You have to get them to think, this is your goal and this is what you need to work with. This is what you need to achieve. you have the legacy, and you also have the respect for perception and the openness of all the information. So this is not only dealing with physical health, you also have the mental health too. So you have to provide for all the different types of human resources. Okay, so this is the supportive, facilitative enabler. Networking and collaboration enabler. So we have the first one is a strategic collaboration. This would deal more with your alumni network. You have to develop a strong alumni network with your past students. You need to know exactly what they are doing and where they are working and how exactly they can help you out with your present students. What they are doing, where they are working would help you develop a curriculum for your students to know exactly where you need to do what, how exactly, how much you need to do in your particular stream or so. You can also sign MOUs with other institutes, other communities, and have a partnership to know exactly how you can improve yourself. Okay, so you're not only dealing with different institutes, you could deal with private sectors, public sectors, government sectors, other industries, other states, other institutions across the states also. Academic and research excellence. So you have this, you have to create a common or a shared database where you have the library access or co-authored with, so that you have a good academic or research excellence. You can also have a shared curriculum, so you can have the use of faculties or facilities from other institutes, so you have a good research excellence also. Practical exposure and experience. Okay, so again, what you learn is only what you learn in a classroom. It would be easier and easily understandable when you have a practical exposure to it. So to have practical exposure, you have to have this in a lab also. You can have also a practical exposure in an industry also. So industry, when we say in an internship, in the lab, we have experiments or practicals taking place. So you have some hands-on learning that you do. What you have learned theoretically, you are doing also practically. This also could be done when you have an experience. So experience is when you have something that you can do free or you can do with money. So you have some experience that you are taking off. So you can have also earn when you learn cases where you can learn a skill and also earn the money. So you have practical exposure, hands-on. Community engagement and services. These are social integrations. So you have civic partnerships with other local bodies also. You also have placement networks in professional development to build networks with other industries, with internships, with placement, job placements, and have employability opportunities. You can also promote the faculty to enhance industry-institute relationships with industrial practices. Quality and credibility would be accreditation and certification of what you are done. You can ensure that the quality is good, the framework, and it improves the internal standards of the learning outcomes. Innovation and entrepreneurship. As we mentioned, innovation is what you do something new, or you can and you can do something better on what is existing. So you can have entrepreneurship is where the student wants to do business by themselves. So have incubation centers and some startup money where they can start up and then grow their business. Provide a good digital backbone for this startup activities and have a digital resource and network. Participants, I hope everything is clear till here. We have our last two enablers that are going to happen, the physical and the digital enabler.
Yes, madam, please continue.
Yes. So we have the smart campuses. Over here in the smart campus, it is a best balance between cost, comfort, risk, and resilience. So we have different devices in smart way. So we have different systems which are like talking to each other and coordinating among each other. So we have, if there's a lighting problem, then there's a security problem. Also, there's a different system which will work according to what you require and how you'll require it. So you have the systems working digitally, that's in a smart sense. You have the uptime of facilities and the performance of the different greenhouse effects, or you can have biodiversity also in the campus. Green sustainable buildings. You have the construction of the green buildings on campus, which would be the future use of buildings for structural processes. It would also have an open environment where you have water consumption or energy consumption. You have it optimally used. You also have green energy on the campus, which would require renewable energy, and it would recycle the products, thereby giving you air, cleaner air, water, food, light, electricity in a sustainable way. You have the air conditioning system, which won't be individually in each room also, but you have a central air conditioning system or a central heater system, depending on where or what the situation is at a particular time. So you have the clean green environment. You have infrastructure to commute. So you have better accessibility to motorways. You don't try to use your petrol or your diesel vehicles, but you have some kind of battery powered vehicles, or you have bicycles, or you have good pathways for walking, especially for the PWDs, where it would be accessible to them without anyone coming in the way or so. You have a central administrative block. So right in the center, you've seen that your campus is a huge campus. So you have your central administrative block with everyone there, with your admission taking place, or your counseling area over here. And in each building that you have across the campus, you have smaller administration blocks taking place, where they would communicate with the main administrative block, not necessarily physically, but it could be through an e-office way. Okay, so you have individual buildings having individual administrative blocks communicating with the main administrative block. You have a library or a digital resource center. So over here, you have a library also, which is close by, centralized. So it's easier for everyone to come to the library if it requires physical books. Or you also have the possibility of e-books available for the students, for the faculty, maybe on campus or maybe even off campus. Lecture complex classrooms. So you have many different lecture complexes, classrooms, tutorial rooms, different facilities of audio recording features, video recording features that could be possible. The room size of the lecture rooms, not necessarily that it has to be huge classrooms. It could be just a good size classroom so that there is more interaction with the teacher and the student. Examination branch. So you have an examination branch where your papers go to the examination branch and then they are dispatched to the students across the campus. Have the examination branch which is confidential, so that there's no leakage of papers or so which takes place, or the papers are in digital form which can be unlocked only by the student having that particular password. The paper would be unlocked by the student. So you have an examination branch with a good moral set base staff. Facilities to staff and students. There should be facilities given to the staff and students. Those who wish to stay on campus, they should be able to stay in a 2 or a 3 bedroom facility quarters, having the desirable requirements. Besides that, definitely having the basic requirements. And this could be not only for the full-time staff, but also for the part-time staff, the visiting staff, the guest staff, or also for the students who are not only based in a particular state, but also the students who are visiting from other states or from other countries. Meeting rooms. The meeting room should be good enough with all the basic requirements and the presentation facilities, the audio facilities. It should be good enough for everyone to hear each other across the room. It should not be a too large a room, but it should be just enough space for a particular meeting. Office rooms should have to meet the basic needs of a particular staff member, have the table, chair, cupboard, computer, whatever is necessary for the office staff. Laboratories and research centers, you have basic requirements of a laboratory which is required. You could also have the desirable requirements of maybe online resources, digital resources required for the research or for the laboratory. Computer centers should have a good ratio of student to computer ratio 1:1, 2:1, also not more than 5:1. But so have a good ratio of computer centers, multimedia studios having good sound control and recording facilities. Cafeteria, dining rooms, mess facilities. So in this case, you have the cafeterias across the buildings, because you can't expect all the students or the staff to come to a centralized cafeteria. So you have each building have its own canteen, which is of course a common canteen authoritative. The main guy would look after all the individual canteens across the campus. Dining rooms would be there in each building also. And you also have a mess facility where you are also allowed, if you like, to make your own basic tea facility also. So you have your own cooking apparatus in one corner in case you require to do your cooking in your particular style. Games and sports facility. So have the games, the stadium, maybe you can have an indoor stadium, an outdoor ground for different sports. Depending on your students, you can give them the opportunity to learn different sports, to continue in their sports they have excelled in school, that they have gone through. Because of sports, they have gone further into education, and give them the facilities of games and sports. So you have not just the sports, the indoor stadiums, but you also have the gym facility too. Auditorium add conference rooms. So you have auditoriums where you can have general meetings with your entire institute. You can have a big auditorium for that. You also have smaller conference rooms. Also, you have smaller auditoriums in case there are smaller functions to take place. Hostel. So in case of hostels, you have to have the hostels for the students, and also you can have the hostels for the research students. So not just the masters or the bachelors, but also you have for the research students with the basic and the desirable requirements. Parking. Parking is required for everyone. As you mentioned, we're trying to have a green campus, so we are trying to have parking of the vehicles in a particular area, and then you go on to commute with your battery powered on campus, or a bicycle, or walking. So have the parking which would meet all the needs of the stakeholders and for the international participants, students, or the visiting faculty from abroad too. Exhibition halls. In order to make the students feel like what they have done and what they've accomplished can be shown to the entire campus, have an exhibition hall for something which needs to be done physically. You could also publish the same on their website too. Guest accommodation for those who are coming just for a month. You have particular credits given only for particular times. Have guest accommodation too, which would be having a particular star. Commercial shops and centers, you have the basic shops and centers like the stationery, which is required, a general store, vegetable fruit market. You could have a laundry system, a laundry shop. You can also have a bank on campus. So commercial shops and centers which would be required for purchasing basic requirements or even aspirational requirements too. Health and well-being. So in case of health and well-being, you have a medical officer which is available 24/7 for any of the ones who are staying on campus. The doctor is available 24/7. You also have a nurse or even an ambulance to take to the main state health center if required. If not done by the doctor, it cannot be done by the doctor. So student recreation facilities. This is a blend of modernity and functionality, where you have the recreation for the students available on campus. International Student Center. These are for the international students. You have whatever requirements is required by them, accessible by them. Incubation Center already mentioned, where you have the students who are interested in their own entrepreneurship, in their own business starting up. you have some incubation centers available for them, or you have a research park, or you have even a botanical park where you have all the living plants in their preserved form, which would not be attacked by other birds or other insects in your other campus. So you have a botanical park or a garden which is specifically for exhibition, or it could be for display, or it could be also maybe for research if required. Vocational education, training, skilling infrastructure, a separate building with appropriate equipment or machinery or tools which are required, a particular lab, maybe a computer lab which is required for teaching a particular skill. Okay, so this is dealing with physical enablers. Last we have is the digital enabler. We have the internet usage. So internet which is required across the campus. Website, everything what you have is put up on your website. You have a web page for it. Online messaging stakeholder groups, which is required across the university campus. Online blogs and sites for every course. So you have every course detailed what exactly you want in the course on an online blog. Wi-Fi campus, see that your connection is good across the campus. Online study material, already mentioned in digital libraries that you'll have online ebooks, e-papers, available. Digital publication, publishing on your website, on your university website. Paperless office is where you have the e-office where your administrative of particular buildings can communicate in an e-way across the campus. So in e-office way. Online evaluation is something what you are doing now. You will be online evaluated, and your results will be then web-based results through a passwords that only you know your result. NED mark targets, you have the online admission cards, the education ERP, the plagiarism software. Most important to know that whatever you do, there's a similarity check, which shouldn't be more than a particular percentage. So you have to buy the particular plagiarism software. So the particular higher education institute provides it. You have the online digital magazine or the student publication. You also encourage your students to publish it. Online placements, not only physically going to the industry, but you can also do work from home. Video documentation of each course in each college. You can have a documentation of what you are doing of the courses, and also are published on public platforms, social media too. You have the use of ICT, that is the AI, the business administration, the cloud computing, the data, the machine learning, the virtual reality, augmented reality, studio for video online classes, and video conference system, and of course an online publication system. So you have the activity of the 8 major enablers over here in one institutional development plan. Okay, just one last video I want to share with you all. Just a minute. Okay.
Institution has a social mission as well as an academic mission. The social mission includes providing equitable access to high quality education and preparing the graduates to successfully perform their roles in various professions that they will take up after passing out of your institution. So how do you meet the mission of your institution? The academic mission includes focusing on academic excellence, research innovation, leveraging the digital technology in education, making the education more meaningful in the lives of your students, international collaboration, and so on. How do you make sure that you achieve the mission goals set for your institution? To achieve this goal, every institution has to prepare an institutional development plan. UGC has recently announced guidelines on preparing the institutional development plan. This is a general framework using which every institution can prepare an institutional development plan unique to their mission. These enablers include academic excellence enabler, research innovation enabler, capacity building enabler, physical infrastructure development enabler, digital technology enabler, and so on. As a leader of the educational institution, don't you think it is time for you to develop an institutional development plan to take your institution to the next level? Please do read our UGC guidelines on institutional development plan and prepare a roadmap for your own institution.
Thank you so much, participants.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Participants, actually the time is already over and our next resource person expert has joined with us. But still you have some kind of questions, couple of questions we will take with the permission of Dr. Ali sir. Professor Ali sir, if you could permit for more 5 minutes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yeah, sir, you are clearly audible. If you could permit, sir, we will take only 2 or 3 minutes, sir.
No, you can take 5 minutes. No,
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes, anyone has any question or the queries or some kind of observation here to note down with this IDP, so that will be very appreciated. Please, anyone.
This particular IDP is supposed to be like a checklist for what you have in your institute and how exactly you can betterment in case you have missed out anything. This would be something involved. Yes.
Yes, Doctor.
Can you listen to me?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Please.
Ma'am, this is Dr. Kaushik Joshi. First of all, I would like to thank you for a very nice and informative lecture. But I would like to mention 2 things, that since our institute is having NAC A+, and since we have gone for second cycle, maximum facilities that you are dealing with are with us. But the thing is that I would like to mention one more thing, that since it has been planned, that NEP is planned since 2020, and right now we are in 2025, and the world has changed enormously. Considering the skill challenges and being a AICT driven institute, engineering institute, we are having so many challenges in front of us regarding the skills. And do that NEP guidelines have any kind of upgradation and reviews as far as institutional development plan in case of current skills and futuristic skills and all others as far as the future is concerned? Thank you very much.
So you have to actually have, as I mentioned in my first enabler, you have to have this board of governors where you have to have a meeting with the other institutions, with government officials, with industrial officials, with the other stakeholders, what exactly is happening right now in the institute and how you can betterment your institute. So have a feedback from everyone, see where exactly you are right now at A+ and how you can get to A++. What is missing right now and where your score is less.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
You are talk about the various enablers and whatever the facilities required and all these things. Now with this NEP 2020, there are so many new things are also required to be established at the college level. And the strengthening of the faculty skill is also required. So I just want to know from your experience that for productivity improvement, for the internal task management at the institute level, do you have any suggestions or any tools that you can share?
So in what sense are you talking about now, in research sense?
I am talking about that there are various tasks given to the faculties or head of the department or deans and to the other stakeholders, but that task was get completed or not, or they are how much in within the time period it was completed or not, or what are the pending tasks, or what are the new challenges to improve the overall productivity of this working culture of the education institute. So to regarding that, because nowadays just only we have to, unless and until we are not reviewing our performance period for a period of 1 month and all these, then with the help of data and we cannot analyze that, so then we don't have any improvement. Any big institute having good grade, it may think that they are having good productivity, but that may not be the case. So to handle these situations, are there some tools or some facilities within the ERP software and like this?
So as I mentioned, we are having this API score system, which can be which can be competitive for the healthy competition among the faculty members, so that they know that if they work towards a better score, they would be having a better grade in their college or the university. And if API score is less among a particular faculty, then the head of the particular school or the department knows that I need to bring up this particular faculty. I need to see what has happened, why there's a problem with this particular faculty not finishing its particular API. So there is a particular API system which is like every year the faculty themselves have to assess themselves and submit it to the IQAC. So the IQAC knows, and the IQAC in charge director is supposed to check it out to see which faculty is not doing up to its mark and what is the problems involved.
Ma'am, I will add here, actually in the Amravati University, we have adopted the e-Samarth, and there is a module particularly that in Samarth, e-Samarth is the knowledge management system. And through that we are assessing our faculty continuously, because that will provide the quaternary report of the upgradation of faculty, and it is mandatory for all our institutional faculty, that is within the university campus, that should they continuously upgrade their data, because whatever may be the APIs, annual APIs and our cash proposals, we have directly correlated to that, because we are not accepting any kind of APIs and the cash proposals, those who are not receiving through the knowledge management system. So this is the one kind of tool is there, but IQAC, the institutional IQAC has taken some efforts for that. So it is a equally responsibility of the institutional IQAC to take that initiative. They can develop such kind of softwares there where they can track the faculty progress. We have also the student progress in that particular software. So eSamarth has provided such kind of solutions is there, but a number of softwares and a number of ERPs are there, those who are providing such kind of inability for the student progression as well as the faculty progression assessment.
Yes. So thank you so much. Thank you to the organizers. Thank you, Professor Atik, for giving me this opportunity yet once again. Thank you to the Sant Karge Bapa Amravati University. Thank you so much.
On behalf of both the organizers, I extend my sincere thanks to Dr. Ingrid ma'am for such a wonderful and simplest way presentation towards this adoption of institutional development plan. Yes ma'am, n number of challenges are there while we are shifting from the one parameter to another parameter from this higher education institute. Challenges are there, but definitely we will overcome within a couple of time, couple of days or couple of years. And whatever may be the challenges, if the problems are there, definitely solution will be there, and we the faculty member have the responsibility on our shoulder to cope up with these challenges. So I once again extend my sincere thanks to you for your precious time and thought-provoking session here, and with the kind permission of Dr. Ingrid ma'am, I would like to declare that this session will be over here and we will continue for the next session. Thank you ma'am, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hello, Professor Ali sir, shall we continue?
Yeah.
So friends, as I have already told you that today's session have been split into the two different parts. First part we have almost completed, and now we are moving towards the different parts. The development of MOOCs. The terminology of this MOOC, I think most of the participants, those who have attending this program, they have gone through this NPTEL courses, SWAYAM courses, Coursera, and number of platform will be there, like as the Khan Academy also, and some individual platform that has been developed by some potential institutions. So why it is important, and now we are going in the era of the 21st era of the AI driven technology, and the education, the digitalization of education or the integration of technology is very important. Therefore this concept of the development of MOOC is very essential in the today's era with respect to this national education policy. Therefore we have decided to conduct this topic with the help of one renowned and the senior expert, Professor Ali sir. So first of all sir, extend my warm welcome to you to this flagship program, in particular to this session. Friends, I think it is not proper to provide the introduction of Professor Ali sir, but it's my humble duty because all the institutions has grow under the able guidance of Professor Ali sir, and sir has know very well all these things. So sir is more than the 4 decades of experience in this field of higher education, particularly in the engineering and the technology. Under his able guidance, 26 students have been completed with their PhD degree. Sir has a couple of patent on his credit also, and he is actively engaging in the technological education, not only the technological education, but also the higher education, administrating the higher education. So I will not take much more time, sir. I once again extend my warm welcome to you and request you to please start with your session, sir, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Ankit. Ankit or Aniket?
Yes, sir. Ankit, sir.
Ankit, thank you very much. I always confuse with your name. And thank you to Dr. Atik as well for providing me an opportunity to interact with the great institute, Professor Ram Meghe College of Engineering and Management, and the great faculty there. I really appreciate the efforts taken by your center to provide an opportunity for those faculty members for upgrading their knowledge about NEP 2020 and the role of MOOC, SWAM, and what you call as NPTEL. This particular college of engineering and management, Badnera, is very active, as I will be demonstrating in my talk, since last 10 years. And they have been appreciated by NPTEL, SWAM, for very, very active participation in NPTEL courses, not only for faculty, but for students as well. And as required by Sant Gadge Baba Amaravati University's syllabi curriculum, incorporation of NPTEL and SWAM courses into the curriculum, that has been taken long back. Initiative has been taken long back in as early as 2017 by Sant Gadge Baba Amaravati University. And now with the NEP 2020 being implemented, 40% of the courses are allowed by university itself to be taken by the students in lieu of what is available in the curriculum. So with that reference, I will just give brief of, because most of the things, the faculty which are particularly at this moment participating, they are very much aware, they are very much active. I will say proactively they have come forward to take full advantage of this NEP 2020, NPTEL courses, SWAM courses, and MOOCs courses. So I am going to share my screen. Is it visible? But first, please tell me, is my screen visible? Ankit? I have shared my screen. Yeah, just. Hello? Hello? Anyone can give me a hint whether my screen is available? Is it visible?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Yeah. I am audible as well?
Yes, sir, it is visible, sir.
Yeah. Now, presently what you see here is, just read out.
MOOC, the choice screen.
MOOC, the choice screen.
MOOCs the choice screen, yes.
Yeah. So,
my mute.
SWAM, MOOC, and NEP 2020. These are the things which we are going to speak. National Education Policy 2020. When we talk about, it is talk of the town, rather, it has become very popular. Just now, you heard Honorable Chairman of UGC. He was talking about various enablers which are available for institute development. that has come under NEP 2020. So NEP 2020 is a landmark policy aimed at transforming Indian education. Long back, 1983 or so, almost 40 years back, the new education policy came, which was amendment to the previous education policy. And because of advancement of technology, it became imperative that NEP, new education policy, must be adopted to really harness the power of advancement of technology. You see, over the period of last 20 years, technology, internet, web technologies, they have affected our every walk of life. Education institutions, universities, they cannot remain aloof from those advancements. And that is the purpose of this NEP 2020, aimed at transforming Indian education. It focuses on three major points you can just remember: accessibility, equity, and quality. Accessibility, AEQ. Accessibility, equity, and quality in education at all levels. There are so many things which are concentrated in a single sentence. Its focus is on accessibility, equity, and quality in education at all levels. Levels means whether it is primary level education, primary education, secondary education, middle education, higher secondary, higher education, technical education, professional education, to the level of from KG to PG, PG to PhD. And accessibility, equity, and quality. MOOC and SWAYAM, those are the platforms which are going to drive the policies into action. SWAYAM and MOOCs, they are the online platforms designed to make learning more accessible and flexible, align perfectly with the NEP 2020's goal. And what are those goals? Accessibility, equity, and quality. So, how this NEP 2020 goals are aligned with SWAYAM and MOOCs? They align SWAYAM as well as MOOCs. Both MOOCs is a general term. Under that, national level platform provided to Indian education system available globally is through SWAYAM. And one of the SWAYAM's part is NPTEL as well. So SWAYAM and MOOCs, they align seamlessly with NEP 2020 by providing inclusive and accessible educational opportunities to a diverse range of learners. When we say diverse range of learners, it includes no barrier, age, geographical, background, language, or anything. So, rural background, urban background, financially, there is no discrimination. Language-wise, courses are available in regional languages. There is no time barrier. There is no geographical barrier. And that is the reason we call it as a diverse range of learners. And basic goal, when we are talking about this FDP, Faculty Development Program under NEP 2020 for technical teachers, backbone under NEP 2020 is being identified as the faculty, which has been right from beginning of this institute, the philosophy. The philosophy of this institute has been right from beginning that faculty are the core. And same thing has been emphasized in NEP 2020. So improving teacher training and teacher quality is the main concern if you want to really achieve accessibility, equity, and quality. So an important aspect of NEP is enhancing teachers' quality. If teacher quality is enhanced, then only the course quality will be enhanced. Teaching learning process will be involved. So if you want to enhance teaching learning process, if you want to enhance the quality of teaching learning process, the quality of teacher must be enhanced. SWAM and MOOCs, they offer numerous courses for professional development, ensuring our educators well equipped. I am going to show you one of the, briefly I will just show you one of the SWAM courses, Linux operating system, just belonging to computer science engineering. I can show you, most of you may be available, rather knowing this course. This course comprises 20 audio, video, spoken tutorial, and this was introduced by our guru, Professor Mudgalya from IIT Bombay. I happened to enroll under him for embedded system program. And Linux operating system course has been introduced by him on SWAM platform. This can be for upgrading, ideally to do so under the guidance of trained system administrator. Observe, most important point I would like to highlight here is this one. This is an AICTE approved FDP course. What it means is that if you would like to add this module to your CAS assessment, then these particular credits can be included in your completed modules. So improving teacher training, SWAM and MOOCs, they offer numerous courses for professional development, ensuring our educators are well equipped. Likewise, most of us are either acting as supervisors to our students, scholars, or we are working like a research scholar. Contribution to research and innovation, this is a very effective platform wherein research and innovation, which are crucial to educational advancements, they are provided here, like research methodology, innovation, fostering a culture of inquiry and creativity. And best of the courses available on this is, I will just show you, very nice course. And this semester I have registered here for research methodology in law. Great personality, Dr. Bajpai, who is presently Vice Chancellor of National Law University. You can observe that 3,504 learners are enrolled. This course started 7th July 25. It is going to end on 31st of October. Enrollment date still going on, 31st August 2025. And its exam is likely going to be on 14th of December. Observe that it talks not only about basic research, legal reasoning, socio-legal research problem, research design, hypothesis, but it also talks about qualitative and quantitative research methods, sampling, method of data collection, tools and techniques of data collection, data analysis, jury metrics, because particularly it is related to law. But what kind of quantitative, qualitative research is required by law, that can be applicable everywhere, wherever you are talking about research methodology. And the person who, rather I will say the authority, Dr. Bajpai is authority on it. And his way of delivering is excellent. I would suggest that after my talk is over and you find some time after all your polar activity in the evening, you can just go through this course and just listen the introduction. So such courses are available for you to simply explore. Likewise, example course beneficial under NEP 2020, another one which is very, very popular nowadays on artificial intelligence, AI. Because AI is a field which cannot be just attributed to computer science engineering. It is not computer science. Artificial intelligence is connected with human intelligence, natural intelligence. So anyone who thinks that he or she has natural intelligence, AI course is for them. It is the responsibility of any human being who is interested in learning and applying AI to undergo some courses. This excellent course available here. Fundamental of AI. It is from Hazarika, Dr. Hazarika, IIT Guwahati. You can see that 14,640 learners have enrolled. For examination, 5,086 have registered, and it is likely to be examined on 2nd November 2025. This enrollment has ended. It started on 21st of July. The end date is the 10th of October, and enrollment has ended on 4th of August. So, but these courses are available, which you can keep in mind. And as and when you feel that something you should explore in AI, that can be done. Now, when we talk about SWAM, it is study webs of active learning for young aspiring minds. Because it is India's flagship MOOC platform, supported by Ministry of Education, Government of India. Earlier, it was MHRD, Ministry of Human Resource Development, now renamed as Ministry of Education, Government of India, and SWAM, Study Web of Active Learning for Young Aspiring Minds, the name given by a great president of APJ, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, for aspiring mind, young aspiring mind. So, the vision and objective, as you know, universal access to high quality education through digital learning. Achieves access, equity, and quality. What is the point in NEP 22? Accessibility, equity, and quality. It bridges the digital divide from remote and disadvantaged learners. Courses across school, higher vocational, as well as lifelong learning. And most important part is credits are transferable. Courses are recognized both by UGC as well as AICTE. And if you are doing any additional course, you can record those credits into your academic bank of credit and then utilize it as and when you require. So these are the basic vision and objective of SWAM, and they are supported by regulatory and administrative framework. It is Ministry of Education which is guiding the policies, UGC for non-technical PG, for AICTE for self-paced and international courses in technical, NPTEL for engineering and technical, particularly from IITs, CEC, Central Education Council, UGC, non-technical courses, NCERT for school, NIOS, National Institute of Open Schooling, then IGNOU, IIM Bangalore specifically for management, and NIITTR, Bhopal or Chandigarh or Chennai, they are means exclusively for technical teachers training. Four-quadrant approach it follows. It has e-tutorials, those who have, there are so many, almost I suppose all the faculty members who are presently participating in this talk, everyone must have gone at least one or two courses. So it involves e-tutorial, video lectures, simulation, virtual labs. E-contents are provided, reading material, books, and open contents are available. Discussion forum, you have peer and teacher interaction, and then assessment by quizzes, assignment, and proctored exams, so that you can get certification as well as you can add to your qualification. So SWAM platform features are, it is free enrollment, nominal fee only for certification. Credit transfer under UGC AICT regulation is possible, and it has multilingual content for inclusivity, web and mobile accessibility. It's not necessary that you should be available rather at a particular computer center on desktop only, a laptop, tablet, or mobile. You can, and it is integrated with NPTEL and Diksha kind of platform, which have focused content. Legal and policy backing is there, because ultimately we want that what is the standing of this particular course which I am doing. It is only for certification. Is this self-audit? Yes, you can go for self-auditing, but then you can have the credit transfer also. UGC regulation 2016 as well as AICT regulation 2016 for credit framework. Regulation for credit transfer framework, which appeared in 2016, July for UGC and August for July 2016 and August 2016, UGC and AICT. And AICT has now incorporated then its approval process handbook. Every year when we are allowed to have extension of approval to our institute, wherein all the infrastructure, faculty members, they are approved for coming year. For example, just now EOA issued for our institute was for 2025-26, wherein all the courses are available along with additional MBA program. So approval process handbook has recognized the SWAM and NPTEL courses as 40% to be taken by the students in their curriculum, as well as many as student faculty wants, they can take for their module of CAS. So NEP 2020, it promotes blended learning and digital education. Blended mode of learning. That's something you have online, something you have offline, and then exam also online, offline, and then you have blended mode of learning, assessment, and examination. So legal and policy backing is there. So there is no question that, sir, if I acquire this credit, will it be considered? It has to be. It has to be. I will show you what is the penalty if it is not done. Current impact is 2500 plus active courses, 2500 plus active courses. I am particularly talking about NPTEL courses related to engineering and technology. Millions of learners, including students, faculty, and professionals, and credits and certification accepted by universities and AICT institutions. The question is how to integrate these MOOCs with curriculum. And that came through the credit framework. Started with MOOC, a boundaryless educational space. We call it as space. Boundaryless. Massive means large enrollment numbers. Massive. Enrollment number is large. Courses are also large. Participants, teachers, faculty, trainers, vast. Open. No mandatory qualification. Open to all. Accessibility. Online, fully online. Even examination, it has full online. Courses, they are structured course content. So MOOC is an online course aimed at unlimited participation and open access via the web. The basic philosophy of MOOC is 4 A's, 4 S's, 4 S's. And what are those A's? Any course, anyone, anytime, anywhere. anyone should be able to take any course, anytime, anywhere, as per his or her convenience and master. So, it was UGC and AICT which have Gazette notified regulation 2016, which stands credit framework for online learning courses through SWAYAM. Observe, it is a regulation 2016 and it is Central Gazette notified by UGC and AICT. And please understand, any regulation which is Gazette notified in Central Gazette of India, it has endorsement of both the houses of parliament, both Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha, they have. So learning courses, online learning courses to be available on SWAYAM. This credit framework appeared in issued in July and August by UGC and AICT. Learning courses is online learning courses to be available in SWAYAM. Notification SWAYAM to notify courses on just a minute. I will mute it for some time. Well, welcome. So we'll continue with it. Is Friday today, so we were talking about this massive open online courses for any course, anytime, anyone, anywhere. And that is backed by this credit framework. What I was trying to say is that these regulations, which are Gazette notified, Central Gazette notified, they are Central Gazette notified because they have endorsement of Parliament. The moment they are placed by Ministry of Education before both the houses of Parliament, they become law. And they become binding on all the stakeholders, whether they are universities, they are institutions, or they are autonomous institutes, or they are private universities, or otherwise. So UGC ICT Credit Framework for Online Learning Courses through SWAYAM Regulation 2016 is also issued in July by UGC, August 2016 by AICT. And that was the reason in the year 2017, Sant Gadgewaba Amravati University academic council constituted a committee. Fortunately, I was the chairman of that committee, along with the 5 deans as well as other members with me. And we have formulated the guidelines for inclusion of these courses into curriculum. So what was already specified, that learning courses to be made available by SWAYAM, notification in every month of June every year and November, December every year. And those are notified what all courses are available in the next semester, as you could see earlier I had shown. Then if the student is enrolling, then courses on SWAYAM will be permitted for credit transfer. And choice of courses, earlier it was 20%. Now they have been enhanced to 40%. The recent approval process handbook from AICT indicate that 40% of the courses can be taken by the students through SWAYAM, and they should be incorporated into their credit framework. So learning the courses available from SWAYAM, notify, credit transfer facility should be available, and the student should be given the choice of courses to the tune of 40%. So how adopting of the MOOC for credit transfer would be taken place? That has already taken place at Amravati University. Just for your information, that this regulation 2016 has very clearly indicated that you make amendments into your rules, regulations, and ordinances of the university to incorporate either through management council, academic council, and board of studies. Then these courses will be selected through board of studies and made available to the students. Then from the faculty of the college, there will be identified certain course coordinators, and those course coordinators will be indicated to the students as well as to the university. Then university should widely disseminate information about selected courses through faculty members, notice boards, student forum, workshop, and website. And then course registration will take place by the student. Then he will undergo the courses. Then his evaluation will take place. After evaluation, marks of the student will be provided through certificate to the course coordinator, and course coordinator will be then forwarding it through principal to university for incorporation. Certificates on receipt of MOOC completion certificate, the university shall give equivalent credit weight up to 40% now for the credits earned through SWAYAM. So step-by-step procedure is very clearly indicated, and that has already been followed. Now you must have seen that all the time choice-based credit system is specified. So from 2021 onwards, 2020 onwards, 2021 onward, choice-based credit system, and the credit to that goes to Honorable late Dr. Dilip Malkere sir, who initiated this step, and then all across the university, choice-based credit system was incorporated, not only in engineering technology, but all across. So, why? Because this is a penal action which is indicated in that framework. No university shall deny to accept the transfer of credit earned through the MOOCs process. I repeat, no university shall deny to accept the transfer of credits earned through the MOOCs courses. If any student undergoes a MOOCs and SWAYAM course, he clears, earns the credit, and he comes or she comes to the university that these are my credits earned over the period of 4 years, and they are more than my 4 years credits. So I must be provided an honors degree. He or she cannot be denied. No university shall deny to accept. If you look at the growth of hello, I'm audible. Hello.
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Because my some different messages appearing. Okay. Growth of MOOCs, you can see that 1,500 universities are there. 250,000 courses all across the globe. 440 million students have signed up all across the globe. And MOOC top provider, I am dreaming simply 4 here. It starts with Coursera, having 175 million learners, 16,000 courses. 4,000 plus are certificate courses. Micro credentials means certificate courses. And 34 are degree courses. edX platform has got 86 million learners, 4,600 plus courses, 480 micro credentials, and 13 degrees are awarded. Future Learn, 20 million learners, 1,400 plus courses, 180 certificate courses, 22 degree courses. Only SWAM is there, does not provide micro credential or degrees directly. They are to be incorporated through your UGC or AICT framework. SWAM has got as 122 million learners, 1,700 plus courses. Coursera, most popular certificate courses, you can just have a look at it. Then trending on edX also, you can have a look at. Future Learn, online IT and computer science degrees. These are, and our very own comes SWAM, having collaboration with AICT, CEC, IGNOU, IIM, Bangalore, NCET, NCRT, NEOS, NITR, and NPTEL, UGC. And recently, another version of SWAM has come up, known as SWAM Plus. It has included several number of courses, further number of courses, diverse disciplines, infinite possibilities, and leading course providers. So, SWAM Plus. Now I come to, when we talk about incorporating this, in faculty development program as well as incorporating MOOCs and SWAYAM courses into curriculum. Support by NPTEL and SWAYAM is that you can have a chapter at your own college. And we were fortunate to have our college, Professor Ram Meghe College of Engineering and Management, Badnera, to have this NPTEL center as early as local chapter, as early as in 2016. We are a member from January 2016, so almost 10 years, a decade. Fortunately, the college ID is also 365. And the coordinator, Dr. Supriya Vijalwar, is very active. Every time, every 6 months or other, I have 2 certificates only here for just sample. This was the certificate which was issued to our college, certificate of appreciation to Dr. Supriya Vijalwar Madam for Professor Ram Meghe College of Engineering and Management, Badnera, Amravati, as an active SPOC, single point of contact based on performance and participation of candidates for the July-December 2017 semester. And recently, I suppose we got for July to December 2024, the recent one. Again, a certificate of appreciation to the SPOC for very active SWAYAM and NPTEL center. Not only this, if your center is performing and your participation is also very active, there is something known as star performance. And recent of your star performance, I must congratulate to Abhijit Kadwande for faculty from Professor Ram Meghe College of Engineering and Management to be declared as a star performer, and he was facilitated at IIT Mumbai with the hands of great. I could see him with our gurus, great guru, Dr. Kadre. It was nice to see Abhijit Kadwande with my group. I immediately call him up saying, give my wishes to sir. He may not remember me, but it was really fascinating that they are having this star performer kind of thing, wherein if you are excelling, you can see certificate of appreciation to Abhijit Kadwande for being recognized as NPTEL believer, January to April 2025, the recent one. So thank you very much for keeping our NPTEL center very active. PRMC is actually known for it. We say, feel the difference and be the difference. So that is the difference we show. This is one of the students' NPTEL certification I am showing is by example. The student was from electronics and telecommunication side. And you can observe here, COVID-19 impacted January 2020 semester. Means this kind of certification they offer, wherein they indicate that this particular activity was conducted during COVID. It was conducted in Jan to Feb 2020. It was a 4-week course, and the credit was one credit. He has taken the course on Python for data science. And let me tell you, because of this course completion, he got a job based on his proficiency in Python. So this is how you are serving our student community when we are rather making our students available this facility. Faculty himself, another faculty, elite. I specifically have kept this, that he got elite grade, elite, NPTEL online certification, introduction to research. Credit were 2. Then SPOC herself, she has done for technical English for engineers, elite, again elite, 20-hour course. So that could be utilized for CAS and others. Recently, Pote sir has shared with me that operations management, he has taken the course and he excelled in that as elite. So this is again a commendable job. Number of credits recommended 3 or 4, depending upon how, if lab session is added, then it may take 4 credit. Otherwise, only for theory, it has 3 credits. Professor Pote also has received certification appreciation for being recognized as NPTEL Discipline Star. Congratulations. Jan to April 2024. So this is the kind of achievement and sense of achievement we can say. Now the last one to speak on is enabling students' mobility. This is the part which is across the university I found it is little bit neglected. People could not understand its importance and significance. But please get it that as we have credits, we get credit card from bank. What does this mean? That physically you do not have that much amount of fund in your account, but the bank is providing you the credibility of trust to utilize that much fund. Suppose you got a credit limit of 5 lakh rupees. You may not have in your account that much amount, but then you are permitted to spend to the tune of 5 lakh without any interest charge for next 45 days. Similar kind of academic bank of credit has been formulated by Ministry of Education, and it is meant for credit transfer. It is Academic Bank of Credit, known as ABC, Academic Bank of Credit. It enables the students' mobility across higher education institution, not only in India, but across the globe. How does it help? It helps in seamless integration of skills and experiences into a credit-based system. Suppose just now we have seen a Abhijit Karbande sir, Bejalwar madam, Pote sir, Irshad sir, and Azhar Ali. They have earned extra credits. Those extra credits, they were other than their regular credits of B.Tech or BE course or ME/MTech course. Other than that, they have earned this credit. Now, what they can do, they can, under the institute credit bank, our institute is registered at ABC. There you can log in through our cell and deposit your credit. Credits get deposited in your name through that institute, through the universities. Your credits are recorded. That Pote sir has got 8 credit, operation research and research methodology, 4 credits, and these credits are to his account. Now, suppose he goes to a PhD program in some foreign or other university, and it is required there to undergo a course on research methodology. Research methodology 4 credits are already available in his credit bank. What he will do? Transfer of credit can take place. He will indicate to the institute where he has registered for PhD, and there is a course of 4 credit titled as research methodology. Then he or she, rather Pote sir, can indicate to his center, research center, sir, I have already got 4 credit course to my credit named as research methodology. So whatever research methodology course is there in your coursework, that should be compensated by these credits. So I need not to undergo a separate examination again. Get it? That is how this academic bank of credit works. So I am very much thankful to you for giving me a very patient hearing. And I was told that half day it is going to be cola break. I requested to Atik sir that allow me to speak for whatever time I could get. With this, if any questions you have, please. Hello. I find there are 69 participants and chat preview some of the questions, I think. Well,
Hello, sir.
yeah,
Can you listen to me?
yeah. I'm
What kind of question should I ask, sir? Because you have instructed all of us to just join the NPTEL and all those things. You are the founder, as far as this institute is concerned. You are the founder of all NPTEL and all those
I
things.
rather compelled you,
Even
all the people
even
to
not only that, you have also instructed us to write down monographs, write down books. Exactly, sir. But the thing is that right now, the view of 2025 is concerned. I think that regardless of NPTEL, we should enhance the industry academia relationship.
partnership. Yes, very right.
This is my point of view, sir. I may be wrong. This
No,
is
no,
my
no.
point of view.
You are not wrong. You are not wrong. It
But
is
the
high
thing is
time.
that,
See,
but the thing is that we are unfortunately we are again instead of doing the skill enhancement and all those things, we are interested, as far as the entire system is concerned, interested in papers and certificates. We are lagging behind this, sir. According to me, this is my true opinion, because the industry is going anywhere else, and we are right now sitting 2-3 decades backward.
we cannot, rather, I cannot endorse your last statement for simple reason. System is supporting the institutes. Just now, I think UGC chairman Bharat Kumar, he was there, isn't it? He was speaking about various enablers, and the guidelines for development plan of the institute has already been given. Let me allow me to speak on it, that it is the system which is providing you the facility, but it is the institute or the faculty or the students who should take advantage of that. We cannot claim or blame, sir, this has not been done at my institute. Who is going to do that? Who is institute? Who is university? You please tell me, who is institute? You faculty are the institute. Our students are the institute. Building and equipment doesn't mean that it is the institute. Now let me complete. When policy is already there and facilities are also laid down, whatever work we are doing, let us say, the other day, I was mentoring to some startup. I was mentoring to a startup. Hello. See, when system is providing you the facility, we should utilize it. NPTEL came as early as NPTEL is since last 20 years. We became member of NPTEL by paying 50,000 rupees for those 3-4 hard disks which came to us from IIT Madras. Therefrom, we started having our digital library, and their NPTEL courses were provided to the school. Facilities are available. You have to utilize those facilities. As you talked about industry-institute interaction, industry will not come to us. It is the institute which must approach the industry. And for that, best method of approaching the institute is, rather industry is, to identify ourselves what are the problems of the industry by scanning over the internet, identifying the industrial problems, and proactively trying to find out a solution by patenting those ideas. That will be true interaction between industry and institute. You don't approach the industry. You identify what are their problems available as a thrust areas on various their website. They have open problems floated for general engineers or scientists, that these are our problem and we want solution. Open problems are available. You take up as your research project, or you take it as a patent. What example I was telling, the startup which I was mentoring, they were second year students, and they came up with an idea of EduNexa. Their startup was named as EduNexa. They have already floated that application on Play Store. They have 1,000 students registered. And what is the idea? Idea is simple: 10th and 12th physics, chemistry, mathematics, and English. They are providing coaching tutorials in Hindi, Marathi, and English by subscription of 50 rupees per month. A best example of any time, any course, anywhere, to anyone. And they have, as on date, what data they have shared with me, 1,000 students are already registered. And the feedback is so nice. They have identified the problem. They are second year students. Second year BTech, BE students who have come up, because they must have faced that difficulty. Because, sir, we are in the rural area, and people talk about what, complain about, sir, rural area, we don't get internet connectivity. But then they are all the time available on Facebook, they are available on WhatsApp, whatnot, Instagram and all. So they have taken advantage of that. Through WhatsApp group, they have created that application, and those courses are available. They are available in Marathi as well as Hindi as well as English. And feedback I have seen, those students who have cleared their CET, they have thanked them, sir, it was because of your course that I could score 72 in my CET. And I am from so and so. There was a person, rather student from deep Garchuli district. Garchuli district चा तो SC candidate होता. त्याचं नाव पण संघर्ष. Sanghas was his name. Direct second year admission, he has come. So we have to identify. We have to be proactive. That when we started with this NPTEL, people were looking at what is this? Why we should go for? But then over the period of time, when both the NEP visits we have faced, we have identified what is the potential we have got. Rather than, as you have rightly said, Kaushik sir, as you have rightly pointed out, we are busy in publishing the research paper. Rather than that, I would say publish the patent, publish the books, monographs, which will be, and make them available. And why not? As on date, I will say, I am floating this idea, which Professor Ram Meghe College of Engineering and Management, Badnerai, is very much capable. It becomes my moral responsibility to pass on that very idea, that when we are now 15 years old, we have come up with age, A plus. It is high time that Professor Ram Meghe College of Engineering and Management, Padnera, must come up with an open access journal. Why we should not have our own journal, wherein patenting ideas also you can first publish a patent and highlight it as a, maybe let it be a biannual journal. Let it be a biannual journal. Rather than you can on openly you can search on your internet and identify what are the problems and provide the solution and publish them either as patent or research paper and make that open access journal in the name of Professor Ram Meghe College of Engineering and Management, Padnera, Journal of Research in Technology and Engineering Innovation. Why not? Someone has asked me, please repeat the advantage of credit earned by faculty member. Yeah, if you are earning the credits through MOOCs and SWAYAM courses for PBAS, 8 modules are to be completed under FDP. Some credits are to be completed. The example I have shown you from that research methodology as well as Linux operating system, artificial intelligence. On the side, it was mentioned that this is an AICT FDP. This is an AICT recognized FDP course. That credit, if you are earned, that can go as your one of the modules you have completed during your assessment period. Suppose you are under CAS, you are applying to upgrade from associate professor to professor, and your assessment period is from 2025 to 2027. Within this 2 years period, how many modules you are supposed to complete? Suppose 4 modules you are supposed to complete. Then these 4 modules, if you have, this is one of the modules. Today, what you are attending from, I think it was from 18 August to 26th August. This module which you are covering, this is an FDP which certificate will be useful to you in your CAS assessment. Likewise, what all credits you are going to earn through NPTEL and SWAYAM courses, you are going to have a certificate, as I have shown you the certificate of Professor Pote sir, Karabande sir, and Madam Ishad Beg sir. You can just discuss with Beg sir. He has taken full advantage of what all things he has earned while he has undergone CAS process. His PBAS was scrutinized by me only. So I could see that, see, it is up to you what advantage you take out of the facilities available. We cannot blame the system. System has provided. That is the reason. You see, this framework, credit transfer framework regulation came in 2016, whereas NPTEL and SWAYAM courses in India, they started as early as in 2003. If you see the history, it was 2003 when these NPTEL courses started by IIT Madras. Then they came up, whereas regulation came in 2016 because system was made available. System should be made available first, then only you should ask the other faculty, okay, you go there. And what AICT did, AICT has started Atal scheme, training facility, so that they are providing their training to the faculty, so that those training programs attended by the faculty will be credited. They have given facilities, other what you say, opportunity to IST, that you can also allow the various institutes to run FDP programs, and they will be in collaboration with AICT, IST, faculty development program, and they can be taken by the faculty as a credit to their CAS promotion. Unless you see the advantage, you may not be motivated. And best motivation is that, one, you are getting your knowledge enhanced, and second motivation is that you are going to get those credits given value into your cash. I think I have answered. I think it was Sarang Dhawale sir.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah. Yes, Abhijit. Nice.
Thank you so much, sir. It was nice to interact with you after a long time, virtually.
Yes.
Sir, first of all, thank you, sir, for overall this training activities. I can add something, sir, because
Please.
last time when I visited to IIT Bombay,
Yeah.
in that they some plans of one activity. Those whose credit score was more than 15, 15.
Yeah.
In one semester, they got an extra benefit for the conference. Like
Yeah.
all IITs organize the different conferences.
Yeah.
So those who has a highest score more than 15 credit in one semester, for them they offer the free conference. That conference having a fee of more than 25,000. So they offer as a free for them. So this extra benefit will be offered in this semester from this by NPTEL and SWAYAM.
Yeah. That's good. So this is good information. Abhijit has passed on to all our fraternity of faculty, and all the faculty. I suggest that they should take full advantage of this. See, attending a IIT conference to the tune of 25,000, because that is always in dollars, and it is very prestigious. I understand. I attended one of the during my PhD period. I attended one at IIT Delhi, that conference. So, though it was sponsored by College of Engineering Badnera, that PRMITR, because I was associated that time there as a professor. But it is very nice that it is a double advantage. One, you are getting 15 credits earned, which you can utilize in your cash promotion. And you are getting a conference fees of 25,000 free of cost, and getting privilege of attending that conference of IIT level. Great. And I floated that idea, Abhijit, particularly I am addressing it to you as well as Bek sir, because you are now, yesterday I could not attend that meeting, but IIT meeting was there yesterday, your general body meeting.
Yes, sir. Annual general body meeting.
Annual body, yes, AGB. So, being that, we are already having very active student forum, IIT student forum at our college. I suggest that under IIT itself, under IIT banner or in the banner of Professor Rammege College of Engineering and Management, Badnera, why should we not initiate a biannual journal, technical research journal, wherein startup ideas, paper ideas, and patent ideas, they can be published, and you make it so standard, open access journal, make it so standard that after 2 years it could be listed in Scopus index. Dekhiye, somewhere we have to start. And I am always of the opinion that the day you wake up, it is the start of day. Don't say, "Arey sir, वो उस वक्त करना चाहिए था, आप थे तब क्यों नहीं किया?" All that. It is the time now. Technology. See, at that time we had some different problems. Now those problems are already resolved. Now we are full-fledged. 15 years means the college has reached to youth. 15 years means the person become young, and this is the time when we have full energy. Don't look at others. वो बुड्ढे हो गए सोचने पे. You look at yourself. 15 years of standing. What best we can do for our institute? And it is high time. Professor Rammege College of Engineering and Management deserve to be on the forefront of research and development. Yes.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your views.
Yeah, sir.
All these things are there. We are always having some of the problems always with any institution. But with all this, we have to again think about that there are 4 important major priorities.
Correct.
That we have to do the teaching. We have to excel in that teaching. We have to also do the research. We have to also carry out some administrative works. And we also always focus on the development. But all these that we have to be having a proactive approach. Unless and until that we don't have a proactive approach, then we cannot indulge into what are your interests, and we cannot take the things ahead.
Very right. Very right.
So that we have to focus, that we have to think about ourselves, that where I am giving my proactive approach, and what I am getting, and how I can contribute for the development in this education institute.
Yes, yes, Praveen, I will just, I am addressing you with your first name for the reason that you have touched a very nice idea. Okay, don't ask what college has given to me. You ask what I have given to college.
Yes.
The last sentence which you said, okay, what I can give to my college. Yes. And it requires proactiveness rather than, see, for giving excuses, you have million points. To act proactively, providing a solution, you have trillion points. Yes, Hamad Chalo. And it is the high time that we should identify what best I can do, whichever, in whatever capacity you are, in whatever way you can contribute. Basic thing is that we must be always academically alive. As a teacher, we must always be academically alive. And remaining academic alive means you must upgrade yourself with the going on trends, current trends, what are going on. Plus, administration will continue. Teaching learning process, it is part and parcel. You cannot do away with this. Both of these things are very essential. But then equally essential is research and development. ये जो चार part आपने बताया ना सर, कि I have to do teaching learning, yes. You have to do administration, yes. Research and development. So first two are essential. More than that, essential is research and development. Otherwise, we cannot stand. After 5 years, after 3-4 years, 2027, we are going to face cycle 3 of NEP. What we are going to show was last, you were already a plus. Now, what additional thing you have done in last 5 years? We have to really provide. You cannot say, sir, 2017 में हमने ये किया था, 2019 में हमने ये किया था, 2023 में we got A plus. What about 2023 onwards to 2029? What you have done? Now you are coming into phase 3. Here, contribution of each one of us is very much. Thank you. So nice.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, Ankit, I think there are no more questions. So, hello. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. So, Ankit is available from university. Thank you, dear all. I find so many messages cropping up. Thank you very much. Or I am really thankful to Dr. Atik sir and Ankit for providing me an opportunity to interact with my own people for a long time, almost 16 months, I suppose, 16, 17 months, 18 months almost, that I could interact with them. So thank you very much. And Ankit, should we conclude?
Sorry, sir, due to power failure, I have rejoined right now.
Okay. Ankit, I suppose I finished.
Yes, sir. Yes. I think the question answer will also end.
Over.
Okay, so
I just wanted you to conclude so that we
yeah,
can.
sir. Yeah, definitely. I will conclude, sir. On behalf of the Malviya Mission Teacher Training Center, Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University, and Professor Ram Meghe, College of Engineering and Management, I extend my sincere thanks to Professor Ali, sir, for such a wonderful session. So you have deepened our understanding towards the development of this MOOC, particularly that will be very essential in the today's era. And we are luckily fortunate to get the guidance from for a personality like you, because you have such a vast knowledge and experience in this field of the technology integration, particularly in the higher education. So we are luckily fortunate, and I extend my sincere thanks to you, and with the kind consent of Professor Ali, sir, I would like to declare that this session will be over here. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, and thank you all the participants. Participants, little bit instructions are there. Today and tomorrow, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, that is Saturday and the Sunday, there will be a session, and timing will be same, 10:30. And today we will going to conduct an MCQ test. I will put the link accordingly in our WhatsApp group as well as in our through mail. You have to appear for that test. Okay. So thank you everyone. We will meet tomorrow. Thank you.